Hey Railheads, welcome back to my Finger Lakes Railway layout. Today we'll look at Celluclay and do a comparison to Sculptamold. Coming up on my Finger Lakes Railway layout. I've been using Sculptamold for several years now. This is my first time using Celluclay. To be honest, I'd never even heard of it till I saw Boomer using it. They're both in the paper mache modeling family. You probably don't want to get pulled over with an unmarked bag of this stuff in your car. So how do they stack up? The price is pretty close. You can get 3 pounds of Sculptamold for $20 on Amazon. Celluclay is 2 pounds for $15 again on Amazon. And that's going to be a lot of product. That'll last you a good while. Now the mixing is not an exact science, so I don't have any real weights or measurements for you. Sculptamold is roughly 2 parts product to 1 part water. Celluclay seemed to take a little more water. Basically, you just mix it to the consistency you want to work with. The big difference is the working time. Celluclay is the big winner here. Now, Sculptamold sets up in 30 minutes, so you just need to make small batches. The Celluclay instructions say the mixed product can be stored in the fridge for several weeks in an airtight container. I put a link down below in the description to the 2 full sets of directions in case you want to check them out later. So to test the working time, I made a batch of each and refrigerated them in sandwich bags. The Sculptamold was in the fridge for 24 hours and the Celluclay for 48. As you can see, the Sculptamold is pretty much all done. You can't work with it anymore. The Celluclay is just like it was when I put it in the bag. These products look very similar when dry. The Sculptamold seems a little more clumpy. And the application is about the same. The Celluclay might be a little smoother. I did a video a while ago where I made those yellow safety handles for the switch stands. I installed one, but I never got around to do the rest of them. So when I went to do the others, I found I needed to build up some ground for the head block ties to sit on so they wouldn't just hang out in midair. And I'd been wanting to experiment with Celluclay, so I thought, hey, this would be a good chance to do a comparison video. After I filmed this one, I decided to tear it back out because it kind of stuck out in the middle of the street, but you get the idea. I let the Celluclay dry overnight and then gave it a coat of thinned Tamiya flat earth. I'll add dirt next, but I just don't want any white spots to show through. The switch stand is glued to the ties. I put a little gel super glue on the little tabs and then slide it into place. I said dirt a minute ago, but actually I'm using ballast here. The layout is ballasted with Arizona rock and mineral, but I used it all up. So I had this stuff left over from my first layout. It'll work. I apply a little matte medium first, just to give the ballast something to stick to, and then sprinkle the ballast. I use a pipette to apply drops of IPA and then more matte medium. Another problem area was the gaps around my roads. And now I'll add a layer of dirt on top of the dried paint. Much the same process as the ballast we saw earlier, except now I'm using sanded tile grout. I'll use sanded where I want more of a gravel look and unsanded elsewhere. Using thinned white glue here as a base instead of the matte medium for some reason. Well, that finally wraps up my switch stand project. I know I'll be using Celluclay to clean up some more gaps. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to hit the like button and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. See you next time on my Finger Lakes Railway Layout.